All right, look at surface area of rectangular prisms. So let's check it out. So any kind of prism, you're going to want to use your golden formula that we talked about, right? So a rectangular prism, it's a type of polygonal prism. Any prism would fit. So the nice thing with the golden formula is it just works for any prism. And instead of having to remember like a whole bunch of different formulas or have to use a whole bunch of formulas, we can just use one formula and it makes it super easy. So we're doing surface area of rectangular prisms here, right? This is our formula, okay? The surface area is this part right here, SA, equals PH plus 2B. So this part means P times H. P is the perimeter of the base. So if I'm doing perimeter of the base, that would be like adding the all around the edge of the base, right? The pH, the H right here, is going to be the height. It kind of says it over here, but the height of the prism. Height is the distance between the bases. Okay, it's the edge that connects the bases. And then the B is going to be the area of the base. So that's like filled in. Hold on, it's a bad color. Filled in here. How much space does that take up? Okay, so pH, so perimeter of the base times the height, plus 2 times the area of the base. So down here, let's just try a basic example, right? And I put some reminders here to help you. So first thing I always do is I always outline the bases. So on this shape, the base would be the bottom of the present and the top of the present. Those are my bases. Okay, the height is going to be the distance between those two bases. So that's going to be this right here. That's going to be the 5. Then I follow my formula and add a label. So here I would say, number 1, we say surface area equals pH plus 2B, right? Number 2, I plug in what I know. So P, the perimeter of the base. So the perimeter of the base would be 10 plus 8 plus 10 plus 8. So 10 plus 8 is 18, plus another 18, that would be 36. Height is 5, we said, so we can plug a 5 in for that, plus 2 times the area of the base. Well, if my base is a 10 by 8 rectangle, 10 times 8 is 80, so I would fill that in there. So then for the final thing here, surface area equals 36 times 5 is 180, plus 2 times 80 is 160. You put those together, you're going to get 340 square centimeters. So this would be like how much wrapping paper you would need or something like that, like how much space it takes up on the outside of the box. Down here, now we're finding something different. We're finding the height, but we know the surface area, and there's different numbers here. So let's try this one now. So we're going to, number 1, write our formula, right? Here on our shape, this is the base, this is the other base, and this is my height that connects them. So for number 2, I'd say instead of SA, I know that the surface area is 768, so I put that there. Perimeter of the base, I can still figure that out. That would be 20 plus 12 plus 20 plus 12. I get 64 times the height, which is my H, plus 2 times the area of the base. So 20 times 12, length times width for my base, is 240. Okay, now, step 3, I want to simplify a little bit. I'll keep 768 there. 64 times H is 64H, plus 2 times 240 is 480. Now I just need to solve this. I take 480 away from both sides, right? So 768 minus 480 is going to give you 288 equals 64H. We divide by 64. Okay, so divide by 64. I get 4.5, label would be centimeters. So we need to sort of work backwards on these kind of problems. They'll give you the surface area, but you have to find the height. Cubes. We can use the golden formula, pH plus 2b, but we also have a special formula just for a cube, because all the sides are the same on a cube. So we can say 6 times the side squared, right? So down here, let's try that. Let's try the shortcut way. And maybe let's try both and we'll just compare. So I'll just start with the first way. How about that? The surface area equals perimeter of the base. That would be all those 0.5s added together. Here's a base, here's a base. Here's my height. Whoops. There's my height. Okay. So if I add all those perimeters together, I'm going to get P would be, so pH plus 2B. So for step 2, P would be 2, right? All those halves added together. The height is 0.5 plus 2 times the area of the base. 0.5 times 0.5 is 0.25. So for step 3, I would say 0.5 times 2 is 1, plus 2 times 0.25 is 0.5. So then I'd say put it together. Surface area is 1.5 square centimeters. Now let's do the other way. Surface area equals 6s squared. Right? So 6 times 0.5 squared. Okay, I type it in. 6 times 0.5 squared. I get 1.5 square centimeters. So same answer. This is the same as this. I could use either one. If you think the shortcut cube formula is easier, go for it. That's the same thing. Okay, down here. Composite figure, we have to find the surface area, and I put here I'd recommend finding the area of each piece, then adding them together, right? Okay, so for this tall piece, maybe let's start by just filling in the measurements we don't have on here. So this has got to be 2. If this is 2 down here, then this would be 2 and this would be 2. And if this is 2, then these are all going to be 2s because they're all the same. So this is a 2, so is this, so is this, so is this, right? Okay, if this is 5, that means this and this have to be 5 as well. So I'm going to fill in a 5 for that and a 5 right here. Okay, if this is 2, then this would be 2 because they would be the same. Right, front and back, they'd be parallel. And then I think the only other thing we're missing is like this distance here. If the whole thing is 6 and this part is 2, then 6 minus 2 would be 4 right here. Okay, so I'm going to say area is just length times width, right? So 6 times 2 is 12. Put that in there. 2 times 2 is 4. Put that up top. I have a 4 on the bottom that we can't really see. On this side over here, on the left side, we're going to do a 6 times a 2. That would also be a 12 on that side, and there would be a 12 in the back. 4 times 2 right here is going to be 8. Okay. 2 times 5 is 10. On the top and the bottom. So down there will be a 10. Here it's a 10. There's a 10 in the back. And then 2 times 2 is 4 on that edge. So that should be all the sides. So I'm going to say 4 plus 4 plus, now I have 3 12s in that tall one. I can just say plus 3 times 12. And I have that like little half side, that's 4. On the small part down here, I could do plus 4 times 10 because I have 4 10 sides. And I have one side that's a 4. That's this side right here. Okay, so putting it together, we got 8 plus 36 plus 4 plus 40 plus 4. Now we can just type all this in. We don't have to do it all by hand. I got 92 square inches. I hope I didn't miss anything there, but that's what it should be. Just kind of go piece by piece and add it all together. Okay, that's basically how you do something like that. Down here, lateral surface area, it's the area of the figure without the bases. So on this shape, my base is the kind of the ceiling, like the roof, and the bottom. Okay, and there's like a door in the front. So we're gonna find the area of the brown painted walls only. So that means, again, we're not counting the ceiling, we're not counting the floor, we're not gonna paint the door the same color. So we just want the front wall without the door, the left and the right, and the back. So this is the formula, it's just perimeter of the base times the height, okay? Now on this one, we're gonna have to take away the area of the door. The door is a 4x9 door. 4 times 9 is 36, right? Square feet. So we're gonna have to take that away at the end. So let's do this here. Surface area equals pH. I'm gonna say minus 36, because we can take that 36 away. Okay, surface area equals perimeter of the base. Okay, that'd be 30 plus 8 plus 30 plus 8. So if you type all that in, you should get 76. The height of the building is 12. That's the height of the prism too. So that's this right here. Okay, minus the 36 door. All right, 3. Surface area equals 76 times 12 minus 36. You should get 876 square feet. That should be your final answer there. Okay, hopefully that helped. I'll see you guys later.